the road. Shall we? Shall we? Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Bap, bap, bap. Like punching into the face. Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Your host with the mostest, Marky Saint. This is Saints Addiction and mostly Saints at the same time. Can you believe it? It's how we do it. It's the way we believe. Literally in our minds every day, I'm having this whole conversation of, twisted spider webs and mixed events and lemony snickets and all of those things that end up with our decisions. And after day 2 of AVNs, you really never know what someone's real internal dialogue and decision making will be. That's all of us. All of us are in a mystery of like, how did I get here? What ended up happening? Why did I make that decision? Well, your boy Marky Saint, Saints Addiction, on a mission, mostly Saints, leg out. I'm about to break it down for you. So let me get my motivated juice because the juice is worth the squeeze. Hell yeah. It's that melon water. The girl was like, I remember you. You had the melon water. And I was like, yeah, bitch, that was me. That was me. I got the juice worth the squeeze. So, if you please, sit down for this one because this is going to be a tough one. Your boy Marky saying, making it accurate. Got a guy and a dog feeding the homeless. But, I'm not digging in the trash this morning. I'm grateful for that, And I do get to sleep in a warm couch and I get to take showers and I get to appear in reality, right? What you don't see and what everyone else doesn't see is in between the lines. It's underneath it all. It's this, again, invisible economy. Maybe it's that web that you wake up in the morning and it just hits your face and it's all over you and you didn't see it. And then you're all tangled in it and you're just like, get it off me, there's a spider. It's in my hair, oh my God, right? That seems like decisions to me. It was a long time ago, and I'm talking like 1500s. We're talking William Shakespeare. Oh, what tangled webs we weave once we try to deceive. And the deceit is inside of us, right? You see the halo on the horns, right? It comes from within us. We want to be loving, understanding, and fair beings, right? Human beings, right? But what ends up happening is we're very selfish, we're very entitled, and we're very competitive. So anybody that wants to watch the truth, which is Saints Addiction, right? We're always on the truth. If you really want to get down to the truth, you're going to have to make some tough decisions. The decisions are in between you and everybody else that you knew. My buddy over here shooting basketball, he's always trying to show off. It's too funny. Come on, bro, make a shot. Come on, make the shot. Time is now. 9 of them? I'm waiting. Ready? Let's see this. I believe you. I'm ready to see a shot. Let's take the shot every morning. He said, I'm not lying. Oh, that close. Hey, that's life, bro. We're all that close for making it happen. My morning bro, he's up every morning. Look, he said he made 9 shots this morning. How many did you make? Wait for it. Oh, only when you're on camera, bro. Only when you're on camera. The live makes it tough. So, but your life doesn't have to be tough. You don't have to tough out in your mind. You don't have to be tough on yourself. And as I say that, I'm completely tough on myself. I'm completely like rigid, meticulous, and everything has to be perfect. And when I do that, I steal my own joy. It's not you that steals my joy. It's me that steals my own joy. I reach inside myself and I go, oh, it wasn't perfect. Like I got recognized 4 different times yesterday for the YouTube live on AVNs. And I'm sure some of the people watching right now and show started. AVN show started? No, it hasn't started yet, bro. Look, see, people are here for bro, and I'm so pissed, right? Like, you talk about stealing my fucking joy. I worked my ass off for an hour at that convention, and I think it was my reliable model that pressed the button down, but it muted. So I got to meet Michael Sartan from Las Vegas, the Vegas All Access Vegas. I knew I would meet him eventually. I was like, bet, I'm on my YouTube live, and it's all of us talking. You can't hear nothing. I don't know what happened, bro. I did take 2 of AVNs and the fucking volume was down. I was so pissed. I was like, come on. But that's what ends up happening. Life's not perfect. It's not. You're not going to get the perfect husband or wife. Your life won't be perfect no matter what you do with it. And then you're going to reach out to it and be like, hey, I want to watch this guy this morning because he has AVN coverage, right? Like, I don't really want to hear about my psyche. I don't want to really hear about my decision making. I want to live in a world where those decisions are already made and I don't have to concentrate on them and I'm a complete avoidant. There's people that do that with their finances. How much money you got in the bank? I don't really look. Okay, girl magic, girl math, right? Bank magic, and it's tough because when we look at those things, they hurt, right? It's like doing homework or concentrating on taxes or, everything on the opposite side of fun. Here's the deal: it can't always be rainbows and butterflies. To have an equilibrium, right? You need ups and downs. You need the downs to enjoy the ups, and you need the ups to enjoy the downs. It's a really weird situation, but you can be in a bad situation and be like, well, at least I got out that one time. Like, I can look back at a good memory and be like, see, it's not like that anymore. Or I could be like, this situation that's happening at me is completely karma, and I deserved it. Something has to be in balance, and if I correct my behavior, the conclusion will change in the outcome. This is what I'm thinking of people. This underneath it all, right? Like, you didn't say, hey, I wanted to go to jail today. Nobody says, I want to have a flat tire today. That all happens for all of us. You know what I mean? Yeah, LVOG, baby. Las Vegas original. Straight out of Vegas, baby. Yep. And that's about the only account I got left, right? So they killed Saints Addiction. They killed Reliable Models yesterday, and I'm at the porn convention. And I guess you're just like not allowed to talk about porn or faceless porn. So, I keep pushing ahead. I keep doing what I want to do, but I also have to do what I need to do. So there's that want where everybody's like, I do what I want to do. And we put on that attitude. We put that on like it's a cheap suit. And then we go, yeah, I'm entitled to it, right? I work hard. I deserve to treat others how I want to treat them instead of how they deserve to be treated, bro. Because I want it to be reciprocated. I want people to fucking know me, love me, and give me respect and kind. Every human being. But what ends up happening, like I woke up this morning, people are angry. People aren't communicating. People are deceitful and mean and ununderstanding. They're so clouded behind their webs of lies, they can't even see straight. And this is why I have this conversation with people every morning, doing the morning motivation. It was just like, there's a tangled web of invisible economy. There's a tangled web, just like a spider web. You didn't see it and you're all tangled in it. And there was a decision there made. And I'm sure it wasn't from A to B. I'm sure it was A through Z. Right? I mean, you must have made multiple decisions before you became a porn star. You must have became multiple decisions before you became a YouTube influencer. You made a limited snippets of events to get to the behavior that you exhibit. Nobody wants to have that conversation like, how did I get here? And as a guy that was in South Korean prison, my first sentence, like, what the fuck happened? How did I get here? And I did. I had to undo it. I had to go like, okay, I must have bad karma by sleeping with some girl. Let me make a list of all the women I slept with. I must have fucked over somebody. B, I just don't know how to use the word no. Like, no one's going to tell me I can't smoke. I don't care if I'm in South Korea. I don't care. My head start going. I got the attitude taught me, didn't they? You're not in California no more, homie. You're not in Nevada. You're not in Colorado. You're not in America. You're in South Korea, and the rules abide by South Korea. Hi-ya! And that was just what was happening to me. I was just like, oh, shit, bro. I didn't learn how to take a no, right? So somebody wants to tell me what to do. Oh, I'm going to show you by self-destructing me, right? I'm going to show you by putting myself in prison, right? I'm going to show you by having my friends send weed and put myself into prison. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And that's what ended up happening. I did it to myself, but nobody wants to identify those patterns. Nobody wants to look at the angle or the path and say, how did I get here? It was you. Common denominator. Let me put the denominator underneath here. You were like, I wanted it. Not I needed it. You were like, I'm going to do what I want to do, right? You snapped your fingers, and underneath it all became entitlement, became ego, and became a bad decision maker. And that's what we do. We double down on our bad decisions. It's almost like blackjack. We don't want to change ourselves, right? I don't want to be controlled. I won't be ignored, Jim. right? You know what I mean? Like we do that head bobbing, and that's when the ego kicks in. Yeah. You were acknowledging. I can ask you right now, are you a sound body and mind right now while you watch this show? You'd be like, yeah, sure. Till something emotional comes by. Say some girl waves her tail, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, sure, let me go get that 100 out of the ATM. Now, it took you a long time to probably earn that 100, but under this situation, now you're making emotional decisions. I just want to get laid, right? Like let me get to the nut, right? And that's us. We just want our nuts. We don't want to be threatened by an eagle above. We don't want to fucking have any other known predators other than ourselves, right? Like in the human species, we got to the top of the pinnacle and we're most dangerous to ourselves in our own environment. This is what I'm talking about. The 7 deadly sins that float through all of us and how we process this. Our wants, our needs, and the system that it goes through, right? Your webbing, right? It could be spider webs or it can be brain connections. Up to you, really. Lao Tao Kun, up to you. Do you connect the thoughts or it's just a bunch of emotions and tangles? And that's why I had to break it down this morning. I was just like, damn, bro, like, you know, you swear you're not an emotional purchaser, but that's what we all do. We all emergency purchase or emotionally purchase. I was sitting there literally with one of the porn stars with her phone in my hand. And I'm flipping through, and you know what popped up? Sheen. She's like, those fuckers that targeted advertising. And there they go. You're sitting there on your couch going, oh, that looks cute. I'm alone. It's just my cat on my lap. I can afford that. I need that. I want that, right? You know, and it goes from need to want in your head real quick. That emotional trigger swigger switch is your lack of a financial discipline. That's all it is. You know, obviously everybody wants to earn more, so they could just spend more, right? They don't want to earn more to save more. We want to just spend more. And if we keep spinning and spending, guess what? Spinning and spending, right? Guess what? We only outspend ourselves, right? We just cookies, sugar, emotions. And then you got to calm down. Yeah, eventually. You can't stay up. You can't always get compliments and it can't always be sunshine, right? There's got to be a nighttime. That calm down, that withdrawal symptoms is usually too much. And this is why we're having this conversation this morning, right? And Sate's addiction. Let's leg out. This message was brought to you by Roken Vapes, champion of beer. This is my, this isn't the Bar Pro. It's just the bar because it looks like a Nicky pin, right? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. First one. Always so tasty. I'm out of flour, so this will have to do. But what it'll do to you in your own mind to betray yourself against all under good consciousness, you know, that's to say under sound body and mind, do you make these contracts? Do you do the things that need to be done, or do you just do you? And that's the level of it. There's a lot of people that just aren't of any service to anyone else, and they ask you, what are you bringing to the table? And they're like, I am the table. No, you're not. The universe is the table. It provided us this base, this sunshine, this grass and air. That's the base that you operate under and over. Under, actually, because you're underneath it all, right? You're not above a mountain. You're not above oxygen. You're not above the sky. Sky daddy, you know what I mean? Be a Native American with me right now. So if the earth provides, what do you get back? Right? What is your energy provisions? And usually what we are energy takers, right? So there's like batteries and storage, right? And then there's generators and nuclear power plants. And there's some people that bring that light into our world. May we be them. May we act like them. May we support them. Because the other motherfuckers are trying to take every bit of your attention. They're trying to let you be their discipline. They're like, oh, it's okay. I don't have to like have financial wisdom. I asked a bunch of girls, would you rather have eternal beauty or financial wisdom? And a lot of girls said financial wisdom. Now, they can say it. Doesn't mean they're going to stop shaking their ass and start studying. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, of course I want a man that makes 6 figures. No, you know what? He's in LA. He has to make $200,000 a year. And I might be a 2 out of 10, but that's just math. And you're like, you're not mathing. You're not mathing the fact that there are other girls that are looking for the same thing. right? There's all these little monkeys going here, going like, what's the fastest way out? Because all the other little monkeys have found only to go to the salt mines, right? All the other monkeys have to go into the mine, work hard, grind it out, become hunchback, start a drinking habit, and then they're hurting their health instead of their wealth. And then they think that's an okay trade. Like that energy exchange for them, they're fine with that. But I'm not cool with that at all. I'm not cool with exchanging my lifespan and my energy level for something that gives me negativity, that gives me demerits, that makes me feel worse about myself. And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to be the guy that goes, oh yeah, well I get cigarettes, bitch. And I'm like, oh yeah, well you just got cancer and you feel worse inside, don't you? And you're smelly. I went in my mom's room and I was like, she's trying to cover up the cigarette smell. She's trying to, all these ashes and buds are all in plastic bags because she can't stand the smell. But you don't mind the smell when you're trying to get lit, right? As soon as you light that cigarette, you want what you want. And that's what ends up happening. That tangle web starts to deceive. When we start to weave it, all of a sudden, you got what you really wanted. Yeah, you did. You did. There, thank you. Thank you, emergency. You got exactly what you wanted, and you're mad because the decision you made wasn't the right one. You're not making good decisions. You're making it's not instincts, it's impulse decisions, right? As long as it's impulsive, right? Like, hey, it makes me feel great. Let me hop on this fucking Harley Davidson with this guy, even though I just moved in with this other guy and I told him that I loved him literally seconds before. I'm just gonna go rush off instead of spend time with you. That happened to me, bro. With stone cold look in her eyes, she didn't give a fuck. She stripped down to her bikini, grabbed her hammock, and hopped on a motorcycle right in front of me. And I felt so dehumanized. I felt like the person that I had fell in love with had checked out. The person that just told me how happy she was, that she was in love with me and all these other things. And then guess what? Harley, run off, gone. And I was just like, wait, what? And for me, I'm like, I know who I am. I don't have to prove to you who I think that I am. I'm strong. One of the girls tried to fucking sweat me yesterday, and I was like, no. I know who I am. You can calm down. And I felt it. Bro, hear me now, feel me now. Yesterday, I got to feel power. Because 4 different people had recognized my YouTube, came up to me and complimented me. I'm going around, and what was it? Onyx Muse? She came over, hey, you, I wanted to meet you. You're tits on shirts guy, right? Yeah, you know what I mean? And butts on shirts, and I need merch, and I need stickers in an hour. And it's like, yep, bet. But I got recognized 4 different times for my hard work. And it was nice because I was sitting there in front of these guys, and the guy was like, yeah, whatever. Well, one of the security guards came up and was like, bro, what you did was really impressive, and I really appreciate you. Thanks, Ray. Shout out to you, bro. I'm seeing you. We all work. And he's over there doing a security guard, being humble, just doing the damn thing. But he came up and complimented me. Now, the guy that I was talking to, while he complimented me, started to be like, yeah, okay, I'm with someone. Okay, his whole attitude and demeanor changed, right? Like at Saints Addiction, I like to think that my attitude and my demeanor is the same. I'm so demure, right? Like I want to keep it that way. They say keep that same energy. Are you this way? Or are you that way? And that's what ends up happening. Needs and wants. We just flip around and we can't keep our head straight. We're like, wait, what happened? Well, shit, dude, you already masturbated, you already smoked the weed, and you already sat there on social media. You're now dopamine depleted. Or the other girls, you've already sat there all day with your cat on your lap, not doing your chores, and you didn't exercise, so how's your life gonna improve? But all we do is we satiate ourselves and we just go, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and wallow, right? I'm gonna wallow in my own bad decisions. I'm gonna wallow in my emotions. I'm just gonna bathe in these bad decisions and just be like, okay, it's gonna have to work out. It's on its own. Got news for you. Your math ain't mathin'. Like, it's pretty simple. Like, you can't always get what you want, but if you find sometimes, you just might find. You get what you need. Yeah, bro. Lyrics on shirts, baby. Lyrics on shirts. You get what you need, not what you want. Everybody over here wanting ice in hell. You know, people in hell want ice water is what they used to tell us back in the day, but that day ain't today. Like my dad said, the fair comes around once a year and today ain't it. And that's what you need to know. You needed to know that you won't be the first, you won't be the last. These are rules by my dad. I got 3 bad habits: food, clothing, and shelter. And, you know, fair only comes around once a year and today ain't it. So if you get away from your entitlement, right, and you get away from your ego, you just might have a chance to get what you need. And that's what it is. We go for what we want. We want quick, fast food. Bam, satiated me. Now, I might be hungry in 4 hours, but right now I'm full, right? And it might give me an upset stomach like Taco Bell, but hey, the price is cheap, right? And then it's not exactly the healthiest, but I'll start eating healthier when I start making more money. And then there we are. Decision was made, web was tangled, and now we're in deceit. We live in a world where we can't process our way through some of these things. We just want to be all up in our heads and our emotions, and we chose it that way. That's why I'm having this whole conversation this morning, is because it was a conscientious choice. I said there was a subconscious, not subtleness. It wasn't a subconscious subtleness. It was like, subconscious satiation, right? We subconsciously satiated ourselves. We subconsciously just go, oh, like, as long as I'm comfortable, then that means I'm not in pain. But if you're at risk, you do risk pain, but you also risk the goal. So a lot of us would rather just be comfortable. And that's where it's dangerous. That's where it comes into all of our minds and into our lives. And we go, oh shit, I could have made better decisions. Oh snaps, man. I should have probably parked in the parking lot and not in front of me. Parking lot, not in front of me and my water. I wonder what these people are gonna say when I walk straight up to them so I can get to my water today. Some people's kids, bro. I love having the power of my lives, but I don't know. I don't normally have people parking in my spot. I don't know. Good morning. I guess so. But oblivious. That's how some people are. Just straight oblivious. And if you want to live that way without acknowledging other human beings, or that you're not the only person on this planet, then you will completely isolate yourself. The only company you will have are captured dogs and cats. And then now you look back, right? Yeah, I thought so. But you made a decision. You don't want to know what the punishment is for the decision, right? We don't want to churn up the self-awareness, right? Well, I got news for you. That's exactly what I did. You know, watching the home math, you got to do the home math. You got to start working out. You got to look right. Nobody's trying to see your lazy ass being fat already showing that you're a failure. That's just underneath it all, right? And then when we're cocky and egotistical and everybody's flexing at the conventions, we all want to know who the fuck we're talking to, right? I watched Johnny Sins walk in and they were following with the camera. It's the perfect time for him to show off, but he's a shy guy. It didn't really matter to him. He looked kind of nervous underneath the lights. And that's what we're looking for. It's like, who can handle it? Everybody wants the attention, but not everybody can handle it. Not everybody is worth paying attention to. Shit, you can skip my fucking show right now and be like, he's too real, he's too emotional, it's too psychological, I'm gonna bounce, it's not my show. But that's what it is. Everybody has an audience, right? Or is trying to develop an audience. Everybody has a message, right? Reach, preach, and teach to someone that it fits. All right, my stuff tends to fit people that smoke weed. Let me get my weed out. Right, have been in depression, right, have always gone up and down in their emotions and in their lives and trying to find a way out of those situations. I've been off my mom's couch. I've been out of poverty. I fought back and started businesses with no money. I've traveled the world 3 different times, and I've been to South Korean prison, Mexico prison, and American prison. I'm a 3-time felon. I have stories to tell, but I don't tell the stories because I want to know everybody else's stories, right? I want to know about you. Like, that's what I did with Periscope. I was like, what are you about? Where are you going? I'll come to California. I'll come to New Orleans. I'll come to Oregon. I'll come to meet you all. In Texas, I meant. Sorry, not Oregon. And I met a lot of people. They're not exactly the kind of people that I would hang out with. They're not exactly like my friends for life. Some people did become friends. Some people did fall off. This is life, you know. But I wanted to get beyond this screen. I wanted to be beyond my consciousness. I didn't want to just say it. I wanted to do it. And that was the big difference in the lifestyle. It was just like, you know, you can watch the porn or you can be in the porn, right? You can masturbate or you can have someone else masturbate for you. You can save or you can spend. The seesaw is even for all of us, bro. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a, you're getting away with it, I'm getting away with it. No one's getting away from it. It's underneath it all. It's in the attic and it's underneath you in the basement. It's all those little lies of wants and desires that we all have, That's fair, right? But we don't exactly know how to express properly. And that's why we're having this conversation, because if you have the conversation with yourself, you'll go, yeah, I tend to interrupt my needs with my wants often. That's true. Yep. And I also tend to over exaggerate my emotions. Yeah, that's true. What the fuck? Sure, just come on in the park, dude. But that's our lives. You know, going past at 60,000 miles per hour, you didn't even know it. That's how fast the sun goes. I think it's 65, but you know, going that fast, we are going that fast, sorry, around the sun, right? And at that kind of speed, you know, daytime goes away fast, nighttime comes quicker, right? The time is starting to move so fast, especially with AI, and we're having a hard time finding our own realities. You know, we're living in fantasies down there at the AVNs, and it's so much easier to live in the fantasy. It's just like, oh my god, I have this complete fascination with this girl. I think it was Anu Reed or something. She was so cute. Now she's got a southern accent. I think she sounds dumb, right? The other girl goes, yeah, I'm gonna need them butts on shirts expeditiously. Or I say expeditiously because that's how you say it. She says expeditiously or something like that. And I went, you mean expeditiously? You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't help but be a teacher. Like, you're not saying it right, and you sound like a complete moron when you talk, but who cares, because you got fake tits, fake ass, and you let everybody grab, right? That's what it is. It's an invisible market. We look at the other monkey and be like, it's got a banana and I don't. It's got attention and I don't. It's got money and I don't. We like to signal, you know, buying things that you don't need, right? I need these because I actually use the same ones every day and the sun's in my eyes. But, you know, we'll buy things to let everybody else know that we got it that way. But you just need to let yourself know that you got it that way, that I am enough. If you're going to try to check a bitch like a, she's like, I always checking people. I was like, you check too much. I check a bitch like a smog too, but doesn't mean I like to give people fucking problems. And I pointed at my shirt, and I had the head over ache shirt. And I said, that's why I made the shirt, because I want to get head, not ache. Okay. And if all you're doing is giving me ache, trying to shit test me, be rude and be complicated, you can go away. And that's exactly what I told the girl. She's like, wait, who are you? And I'm like, I'm just a human being that knows who he is. I used to say I'm unlike anybody you've ever met before. Total cocky, total ego, and it was true too. But you know, I'm a human like you. You know, came from my mama just like you. I'm on this planet just like you, and I have to breathe air just like you, and I have to eat every day just like you. So you know, and shit just like you. So it's like these things that made us more common than discommon. And as the guy came up to me and complimented me again on YouTube, right in front of the girl, making me look good. Thanks again, Ray. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? When he was making me look good in front of the girl, then she had to be like, wait, who is this guy? Right? Like, she was trying to knock me for not having a camera. You're like, are you a photographer? I'm like, yeah, dude, I take photos all the time, reliable model. She's like, then why do you have an iPhone? I'm like, first of all, dumb bitch, this is an Android. I don't use iPhone. Second of all, I'm not a cameraman. Right? Like, this isn't what I did today. I'm a YouTuber. I'm an influencer. I went around AVNs and influenced today. That's what it was. I brought my tripods and the equipment for the job today. My job is not to take photos of you and your bad attitude, right? Like, and you're not going to try to demerit me or try to check me because I don't have a camera when you don't have a job, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even have anybody else to take photographs for you. You're in seeking of a photographer, not me. Right? So when someone tries to offer you like a ride, a canoe, a helicopter, and you kept waving away with your ego, God said, I already tried to send you help. You just didn't want to help yourself. And that's what ends up happening, right? We don't want to help ourselves. We want more money to come and help us. We don't want to go to psychologists and work on our shadow work. We want everything to just go away and be free. And that's what ends up happening. You want an easy pass. Well, I'll tell you like my boy Bruce Lee. Don't ask for an easy life. Don't pray for an easy life. Chael Sonnen said the same, or not Chael Sonnen, it was Ben Askren would say the same. I don't want my kids to grow up weak. You need challenges to be strong. You need lows to get high, and you need to get high with me at Saints Addiction, no lie. So since they killed that Instagram, you can go over to Mostly Saints and give it a like. I've seen a lot of people hit me up because of the AVNs at the Las Vegas Original on Instagram too. It was really cool. It was like people reaching out, I saw your AVNs, go live, go see this starlet, go see that starlet. I don't even pay attention to those people. I don't know any of their names. I don't know where they are in the thing, and if my energy is supposed to meet them, like Michael Sartain or Sartain, or I keep calling him Strahan. I'm just calling him Strahan, but that's the wrong guy. But I mean, I met him. He's in Vegas. I knew that I would on my YouTube live. Guess what? No audio. And that's exactly what life is like. It's not perfect. And that's what mostly Saints and Saints addiction motivation is. No one is perfect. So don't be so hard on yourself and don't be so serious. Why so serious? And also know why you're doing things, right? Get in there. Get in there. Get in here. You know? Why did I make that decision? Under what pretense, under what impulse, and under what emotion do I emote and make decisions from? Peace and love. And as always, Chigaton. That means goodbye, but not forever in Phoenix. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of the world, because that's where I'll be, right? The other side of your excuses, right? And guess what? The other side of your fear, because that bitch be fucking with you so hard it's not even worth it. So fuck what they think, care what you think, and more importantly, care what you do. Peace.